Hello, welcome back. This is your lead instructor, Gennaro Washington here, CEO of Core Tech Solutions, and today we're going to be talking about advanced malware reverse engineering. Again, just adding on another level of expertise. Let's get started. So as we know, malware is designed to do harmful things, damage systems, bypass defenses. So it's on us to ensure that we have at our disposal tools that we can use to mitigate these complex malware threats. But what does that really mean? Because you have to really understand the purpose of malware engineering in the first place, right? Because if we're looking to reverse engineer something like this, we have to really examine the program itself to understand its purpose. We want to identify these attack vectors. We want to be able to understand the payload. What is it meant to do? If we can dissect the actual payload itself, we have a better understanding of really figuring out, well, what is it meant to do? Right? Is it meant to exfiltrate some sensitive data? We can actually even mitigate zero-day exploits too, because malware is often built around exploiting previously unknown vulnerabilities, right? So understanding these tactics will help you get a clear understanding of what to do. So some common types of malware, we talked about this before, well, you have a polymorphic and metamorphic malware. The challenge is it can mutate itself. Common types of malware and their analysis, because we talked about this before. Polymorphic, for instance, well, we know that it can mutate itself. Well, another way you can actually mitigate that is using a tool called Detect It Easy. Flawless malware, where it resides in RAM. It's not going to be downloaded to your normal storage device. A solution to that would be perform memory dumps using volatility, right? And then you want to parse that. You want to parse the actual data itself. Because again, think about it like this. Understanding the core aspects of these different types of malware will give you a better understanding of how to actually defend against it. There's always going to be a challenge and a solution. Really, you just have to figure out what best fits us with ransomware and the rootkit, right? So with the rootkit, it's going to operate at a kernel level, right? You're not going to be able to see it with your normal antivirus detection. It's going to be able to execute itself before the OS even loads up. What are some tools? And we talked about these tools before, so please absolutely go and find these tools. Use a demo if you need to. Download it. Use these tools because it's going to help you understand how to do this, right? You want to have your whole toolkit built around this. Wireshark, right? We talked about IDA Pro before because these tools are very, very useful because you can disassemble. You can observe the behavior of an actual malware instance. You can even interact with it and then capture network packets with Wireshark. And we talked about the difference between static and dynamics. I'm not going to really go too much into this, but just know that there's differences. But on the form of obfuscation, well, this is how malware conceals itself. It's packing, right? So packing obfuscates the actual original code to prevent it from being detected, right? That actual signature that we talked about, you won't be able to detect it. It's been, obfuscated. And then the counter to that is when you use tools like UPX or PE Explorer to remove the obfuscation. Now we can see that signature. But what about encryption? All right, so encryption, right, is going to encode the payload. You can do it multiple times, right? But to counter that, you want to study the actual encryption routines that's embedded in the binary because, again, it's all about the binaries. Executing at that level, you're using code level analysis, you can be able to get past some of these. Reverse engineering, it still falls under that. So following your best practices and your guidelines is going to help ensure that you are doing exactly what you need to do. So let's talk about our example of decoding WannaCry ransomware. So the tools we're going to use is Wireshark and IDA Pro. So the scenario here is that the WannaCry ransomware, right? You use this to, actually encrypt something. You encrypt data. So to reverse engineer, you're going to use IDA Pro to review the binary code. You're going to be able to identify the actual encryption process. Use Wireshark then to capture the actual traffic that's happening between the command and control, right? It's happening between the actual malware file itself, right? The bot. And then understanding that, if you are able to do this, you're going to get yourself into more of a better perspective overall. The significance around reverse engineering. The whole goal is to really see under the hood exactly what this malware is intended to do. The better you do that, the better you understand how to thwart some of these threat actors. It's been great. Gennaro here, CEO of Core Tech Solutions, and today we just talked about advanced reverse engineering tactics and techniques. Brought to you by ACSMI. Hope you have a great one. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.